Where are you at? Whoa.
This is just a snack. I had breakfast already.
Gotcha.
I had protein and oatmeal and 2 bananas for breakfast. And this is my pre-workout snack.
Ronnie Coleman bulk.
All in. Wait.
The new merch is lit. Check it. Steph just launched her merch. All right, so guys, here's my pre-workout meal. You guys have seen this from me so much. I'm currently tracking macros that Chris Bearcat gave me. I'm not sure if I've said that in the video, but I'll put my current macros up here on the screen. I've actually been hitting them really well, which I'm loving at the moment. Also, for my Australia people, I am just now finishing up my presentation for the Ultimate Evidence-Based Fitness Conference in Melbourne. So I'm gonna be a guest speaker there amongst a totally stacked lineup of speakers. I'm actually super excited for this talk. I'll have more information about that in the description box below. Some of the speakers that are gonna be at the event, so Dr. Eric Helms I've interviewed before, Menno I've interviewed before, Dr. Mike Israetel, James Krieger. These other guys are super smart too. I've been on Danny Lennon's podcast before. An absolute stacked lineup, and one of the coolest things is that on the 3rd day, Eric, Mike, and myself are gonna be doing an applied seminar, so how to modify technique for hypertrophy. It's gonna be totally hands-on and interactive, so I'm really looking forward to that. If you guys are interested, it's actually gonna be 1 week from the day that this video goes live, so if you wanna check it out, if you're in Melbourne and interested, I'll have tickets in the description box below. All right, babe, so what's up? Why are you eating 4,000 calories a day?
So I have basically gone all in. If you don't know what that means, because I wouldn't either, you have to watch my all-in video to kind of get some context. If you follow Jeff, you might have an idea that I can eat a lot of food. I'm always hungry, so I am going all in an effort to fix that hunger. At least try to rescue my hunger cues. And in the process, I will be gaining a lot of weight, but it's going to be okay because eventually I think my weight will plateau. I will hopefully have normal hunger cues at that point, and then hopefully try to slowly lose some of that weight. If I don't, it's not gonna be the end of the world, but that's the idea. As long as I can live my life without always thinking about food and always being hungry, I'll be happy. That's the goal.
And I can attest to this. So you've been eating about on average 4,000 calories a day for how long now? Like 20 days or?
Since Memorial Day. So it's been over 3 weeks.
Okay.
So every single day, some days it's been 6,000 calories, some days it's been like around 4. But on average around 4,000, yeah.
And like, she's gonna do a full update on her channel, but I just wanted to like make you guys also aware of this too, because I feel like it is something a lot of people in fitness struggle with in terms of like extreme hunger, and then a lot of the symptoms, food focus, and a lot of the symptoms that go along with amenorrhea or hypothalamic amenorrhea, which she did a video on as well, which you didn't technically have, but did have some of the symptoms, right? So
anyone who's been in a caloric deficit probably knows these feelings. You're always cold, you're tired, your recovery is not great in the gym, and you're hungry, and you're really focused on food. So I think mine is a little bit elevated due to the fact that I think I genetically have a very large capacity. I can eat. So my extreme hunger is very high, and it was getting to the point where I couldn't sustain like my everyday life without just like going to bed so hungry every single night.
I love this idea. How much weight are you up right now? What is it, 50, or should we get the update?
15 pounds.
15 pounds. So I think you look amazing. I love the way you look right now, and I think it's a very positive thing. So anyway, I won't go into any more detail about that. She's gonna do a full-blown video on it if you guys would like to check it out. If you'd like to get her first video explaining more of the rationale, I'll have that link down below as well. Probably gotten this because I've noticed this in your comments. Sometimes, and it's always guys who are like, oh, like, you don't need to bulk on that many calories. And it's like, you're not bulking. Like, it's not a physique-driven thing. The idea is to like increase your metabolism, reduce your hunger, reduce food focus. It's more of a psychological thing than like, oh, I'm trying to bulk up to gain muscle. Even though you will do that, you are training heavier, and you'll see that today when we go for our workout. But I just want to disclaim that. It's not like she's like a 115-pound girl who's like, I need 4,000 calories to bulk. This is like a totally unique scenario.
This has nothing to do with bulking,
nothing
to do with physique goals, building muscle, nothing to do with that. I've actually taken an enormous step back with my training. It's just the days that I do train, I have so much energy that I do try to lift a little bit heavier. But in terms of how many days a week that I'm training, and like I'm doing zero cardio, but in terms of how many days that I'm training, it's substantially less than I was. I'm just trying to rest, recover my metabolism, and just like, I I don't know, enjoy the process.
Awesome. We going for a workout?
I got 2 scoops.
2 scoops down?
I got 2 scoops.
I just remember this. I know people are gonna comment on this too. So the all-in experiment, the only reason why you know your average calories is because you're tracking it for an experiment you're gonna document on your channel. The idea isn't to hit a calorie target and try to eat 4,000 calories. It's just, you eat to satiety. It's like true intuitive eating. Basically, if you have extreme hunger, you just so happen to eat a lot, and that's kind of the way it worked out.
So the way that I'm treating it is more like a scientific experiment. So I'm trying to detach myself from numbers. So when I weigh myself every morning, I feel like I'm documenting it as if I'm like a subject, not me. Like I imagine it being somebody else, more or less, and then documenting what somebody else is eating is how I'm like detaching myself. So I document everything that I'm eating, but I only focus on the number at the end of the day when I need to write down like how much I actually ended up eating.
I knew people were like, why is the target so high or whatever, but it's not, that there is no target.
There's no target. I'm actually surprised that I don't eat more every day.
Because you eat mostly whole foods. But anyway, watch her video for more on that. I'll see you over at the gym.
I come and go like a rah. They don't want the to be going nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rule is in my lab, yeah, I'm running for the cash.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna update you on my program. So I'm now on day 3 of week 7. So I know some of you guys got ahead of me. I got a little bit delayed just because of some of the collabs that I had to do while I was in Toronto. It kind of threw me off the program a bit. So I'm starting the 3rd and final wave. So there's no technical deloads in this program, but they're the volume and intensity waves. So goes up, reaches a maximum in week 3, and then comes back down in week 4, and they're three-week waves, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the periodization of it. So now I'm at a low wave, so this is a lower volume workout here now. So I didn't have the chance to do this at home, so I'm writing it out here now on the platform. We got starting with 2 sets of 5 on the deadlift at 85% of my 1 rep max. I'm gonna be a bit conservative still with my deadlift max. That's gonna come out to 375. I think I can actually handle a bit more. I'm gonna put 385 on first. Based on how that goes, I'll probably throw 405 on there because my deadlift's been going well lately, so. Yeah, we'll see. Start with deadlifts and move on from there. Let's go. Pyramided my way up. This is my first working set. Got 385 pounds on the bar. See how this goes and then adjust from there for the second set. That was pretty good. The only thing is I've got no chalk, so my grip was kind of slipping a little bit. It's not the grittiest bar. So I'm gonna throw on straps for the second one, but I think with straps, this will be way too easy. So I'm gonna go up to 405 and hit that for my second set.
So since I've been eating a lot more food, I'm feeling a little bit stronger today, so I'm gonna try to see what I can do with some deadlifts. I haven't deadlifted in a minute. I can't even remember the last time I did deadlifts. So we're gonna see what I can pull today.
All right, so that's it for deadlifts, just 2 simple sets. It feels kind of low, but the volume's gonna accumulate now in the next 2 weeks. I will say I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, I've done 405 a bunch of times now for 5 or 6 reps, so I think I'm ready to start advancing the weight from here. I'm gonna increase my 1 rep max that I'm inputting into the program. Start handling a little bit heavier weights because my back feels great, which is fantastic. Another thing I found really interesting was Steph's example of how nutrition impacts on recovery. Since she's gone all in, has been eating more calories, she had this hip issue that was really aggravating her when she deadlift or squat, and like no pain today or?
Basically, since I've been eating as much as I have been, every single time I did squats, I have no pain. So it's really interesting and crazy how much my nutrition has been impacting my recovery and like aggravating an injury. I don't know.
It's pretty sick. Yeah, that's a good side effect. We got front squats. Let's get it. so guys, to finish out the workout, which is still like half the workout, we're gonna do 3 sets of knee banded leg press. So we're gonna put the hip circle around our knees to activate the glutes a little bit more. Steph is doing these on the machine hack squat, or the reverse machine squat, which is a similar movement pattern. We're just doing that so I don't have to load and unload the leg press every time. Then after that, we're doing 3 sets of 12 on the single leg extension, really just focusing on mind muscle connection with the quads, squeezing the quads to move the weight over there. And then to finish off the hamstrings, we're doing a really unique exercise, the sliding leg curl. So there are 3 ways you can set this up. If you have sliders and access to turf, you can set it up on the turf. Or if you have a really sleek, slippery surface, you can lay a towel down and do them that way. Or I often like to do them on the rowing machine. So you put your heels up on the seat of the rowing machine, put your back on the floor, and then curl the seat in toward you. It's a really different type of movement pattern. You want to keep your glutes extended throughout the range of motion, and it's going to really target the hamstrings. If you haven't tried those, you should definitely try it out. Then we're finishing off with 2 sets of 20 on the leg press calf raise. So basically just controlling the weight on the way down, pausing at the bottom, and squeezing the calves to move the weight back up. And that is going to be a wrap for the workout. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're going to go get a post-workout meal after I finish this workout, so I'll check in with you guys after. All right guys, we finished up with the workout. Now we're out here on this rainy day looking for the best ramen in Kelowna. Is that what we're looking for?
According to Yelp.
According to Yelp. So we both just like watched my Timberwolf video, and at the end we had ramen, and Steph was like,
super jealous.
I need some of that. So that's what we're going to get right now.
All in Stephanie was saying, I need some of that.
There it is. Looks legit, kinda.
Noodle time.
Okay, so here's the appetizer we always get just to get the protein up. This is actually a really big bowl of edamame. For context, it's pretty big. This is gonna be the starter. All right, baby, what you got?
I got their original broth with chicken and extra vegetables.
That looks so good.
Yum.
And I got curry ramen with extra chicken in here, so let me show you guys.
Yeah, there's noodles in there.
Oh man, looks so good. We're gonna dig in. Well, that's a wrap for the meal. How would you describe it in one word?
Noodly.
I think that the ramen that I had in Toronto with Kane just ruined me for all ramen for the rest of the time. Anyways, this is gonna be the end of the vlog. Leave it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out Stephanie's channel. I'll put a button to it over her face. And I'll see you guys in the next video.